Hey, what's up, everyone? AJ Writes Crypto here. And to be completely honest with you, right now, I feel like I don't know that much. I don't know that much. But AJ, 7 days ago, 7 days ago, we need to have an honest conversation about the crypto market. When does a chart ever just come up like this and never pay the price? This is the laws of gravity. We have to prepare ourselves for some sort of drop, because when you look back at the daily chart and you realize every time we've had this crazy run up, this happens. Crazy run up, this happens. Well, crazy run up, something has to happen. Wow. Talked about Bitcoin. Make sure you alarm each side of the triangle and set the, this is the concerned, worried, scared levels for Bitcoin. All right. I must say, AJ 7 days ago, he knew it was up, called it. AJ 5 days ago sold a bunch of stuff. What now, right? What now? Well, for all those coins, let's go over what happened and the what now scenario. Let's start off with no other than Bitcoin. So here we were, all right? During that video, we were around 69,000. We set that level at 68,200 right around here. From top to bottom, we lost 10% on Bitcoin. From there to right now, 7%. We have bounced off of this level. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we bounced off of this level. Remember, this was the concerned wait, what was it again? Hold on. This was the worried, concerned, scared level. The scared level, okay? And luckily, we have held the scared level. Thank goodness. But you saw what happened to the alts just from losing these two. All right. So, luckily we do have a little bullish divergence forming with a green dot on the daily. Let's hope best case scenario is that Bitcoin can hold this level like it did back here. Last time Bitcoin ended up popping back up. I mean, how far did Bitcoin pop back up from last time? We're talking 16% in about 6 days. So maybe a week from today, we could be back in the 70s. We could be. But guess what? You need to have an alarm set right there at 61,250. That is the do or die level, because it separates with Bitcoin the new value area from the old value area. And why is AJ 7 days ago so concerned about losing this level? Well, why don't I let him tell you? Okay. So what worries me about Bitcoin is kind of the volume situation. Look at the volume, the visible range volume profile on the right side of the screen. All right, so this is the volume for the value area that we're in, okay? But as you can see, if we lose this support resistance level, the one I told you about, 61,500 area, we swiftly fall off and enter a series of low volume nodes that don't even really start to wake up until around 51,000. The point of control, where the most amount of volume is actually all the way down here at 42,000. We don't even want to imagine that. We want Bitcoin to bounce off of this and continue. But you need to be aware of what could happen. We have to hold that level if we have a fighting chance for the altcoins. Speaking of altcoins, let's start off with Salona. The first thing I want to point out with Salona, similar to a lot of altcoins, where it turned around, Salona turned around at a previous support resistance level. We go back here, we look at this stop, look at this, and look at where Salona bounced off of. So it is good to see that there are some levels that are holding and holding well. That is a start. That is one hell of a start, in my opinion. Let me get my volume profile on here for you guys. And let's zoom in on the 2 hour, all right, before we kind of talk doomsday. Because losing this level, losing this support resistance, when you consider, the spikes in the volume, the drop that from my video last week, Solana actually fell further than I anticipated. I was thinking around, this level right here. We actually went down one more step to, the 120s and then popped up from there. So zooming in on the 2 hour, what now? Actually, before what now with Solana, this was the level. This was the alarm that you set. Hopefully you set that alarm and did a short or sold or something. From there, we did fall, 21%, 25% from top to bottom. And just to stay optimistic, if Solana pumps back from where it is now to the local high of this year, that is a 56, 57% pump for Solana. So, so what now? So what now is Solana really needs to put up a fight at this level and not keep dropping down. Set an alarm at 125. 125 for Solana. That is kind of into a low volume node. If not, we're probably looking at a fall to about 110, 109 back into this range here. Let's hope that is not the case for Solana. Going to keep moving. Going to talk Pyth. All right. So here we are at the Pyth chart, just like Solana. Here's this previous support resistance level, and look at where it stopped. We got a big green dot on market cipher. Doesn't look the worst. I'm hoping. The hope is this: is that Bitcoin is going to hold this very, very important, 61,200, 61,300 level. We're going to hold that level, right? And now all the altcoins are also going to hold these levels. That is the hope. That is the dream. But we need to be ready if it doesn't happen. We want to react to the market, right? Set this alarm on Pyth at 5511. So 0.5511 is your new alarm level for Pyth. All right. So from where did we? Pyth was at 79 cents during the video. We set the alarm at 77.7. So this was the one right here. We fell, 28% after losing that alarm. Hopefully you made the move there. But if Pyth goes back to its local high, we are looking at 104% move back to $1.15. So let's remain optimistic. I don't feel bad about DCAing down at these levels, even if we do drop further, because now all the levels, all the previous highs are now new targets, and that is what is important. Moving on to render. Look at this. We're talking about how the levels are relevant. Well, look at like this previous level back here. Render is currently above that. Render's almost above this. It's basically right at that level. That is important. These old support resistance levels will come into play. They always do. They always do. At the time of that video, render was 941. We set the alarm at 929. Let's find. So this was around the 929 level right here. We actually fell 27% since then, have recovered a little bit, only down 13% on this one. Glad that render held up, and actually look for the coins that held up during that fall. You know what coins held up during that fall? Ondo held up during that fall. Arrow held up during that fall, and VeChain didn't fall that far. So definitely keep a close eye on the coins that are holding their value opposed to the coins that are losing their value. Keep that in mind. All right, let's get back to the chart here. So from where we are now, let me fix this a little bit. So from where we are now, getting render back from its current price to its local high is still a 71% pump back to around 1380. It is kind of getting back into, like, it's currently sitting on a support resistance level right here. That level is at 802. We do not want to lose the 650 level, and there are some more levels in here. To be honest, I would even kind of go off of the candle right there. I think the very scared, terrifying level for render would be 742. Make sure you set that alarm at home. If I have not proved to you guys how important it is to set these alarms by now, I don't know what to tell you, because if you set those alarms from the last video and you acted accordingly, you could have saved yourself a lot of headache. I know I saved myself a lot of headache. And then you get to the point where everyone else is crying. When everyone else is having a really bad day, you're having a really good day because you just saved yourself from losing all that money. And now you have extra dry powder to buy in even cheaper. This is how much fun it is to play when you play it correctly. But you have to play it correctly, and you have to be willing to take other people's advice into consideration. I'm not telling you what to do, but of course I'm going to say I want you to react to the market like I react to the market. So the least I could do is give you these crucial alarms and act accordingly. All right, so let's keep it rolling here. So here we are at the Wif chart. What is a bummer about the Wif chart is that this thing was in, kind of a macro uptrend and has lost that uptrend. That is unfortunately not the best for WIF here. At the time that video was made, the price is at 360, and I gave you this alarm here at 353. So if you went off that alarm from top to bottom, 36% to right now, 26% down from that level. But if Wif, does find it in itself to go from its current price back to its local high, we're looking at around an 85% pump for Wif there. Not bad. But what now? What now is the question. So, obviously this level here from back here it did wick down to this level. Let me change the color of these so you can see them a little bit better. It did wick down to this level. This level is at 203. All right, but being at 259, that's not helping us right now. So really a big worry level would be 233. We don't want to see Wif go below 233. Set a new alarm there. And structurally speaking, if you want to zoom in a little bit and consider, hey, what if it's bouncing up? What if it's bouncing up? Really, you kind of want to look across, go in smaller time frames, say go to a 30-minute chart. You kind of want to look across the board here and look at the highs. All right, you see how this support resistance level right here, was the floor, it was the ceiling, and then it got rejected. With getting above this level at 279, that would be a good scalp trade from 279 to say 317. From here to here, about 12%. Definitely just find those support resistance levels where it has been rejected previously, and if it gets above that, there is your long. But right now, we're obviously trying to make sure we don't lose any more. Okay, we don't want to lose any more. The next one on our screen here is no other than Toncoin. Toncoin is one of those coins that held a lot of its value. A lot of its value at the time of that video. Toncoin was at 670. Right now, it's at 609. So it didn't go that crazy. And the big alarm for Toncoin was at 650, which is, of course, this line right here. Yeah, we are down about 7%. Toncoin has done a pretty good job holding, although it was mentioned in that video. It was kind of a giveaway to me when it broke up out of this. That was kind of when I was realizing, okay, if I'm holding this, it's definitely probably not a bad time to sell it. From top to bottom, we're still looking at a 26% move from top to bottom, and that's not where the alarm was given. For Toncoin to go from its current price back to its local high is still a 26% move. I think that the fact that this thing stayed in its macro uptrend is overall very bullish. And for the what now scenario, we want to definitely still have an alarm on the bottom end of this downtrend. And even if you want to talk some support resistance levels to trade off of, to 626 right here, and that same alarm at 650, we would break above those levels. It wouldn't feel too bad about going long on Toncoin. Going to keep it moving here, and we're going to have to talk about it. I know we're going to have to talk about Algorand. All right, this one, I kind of saw this one coming. I'm not going to lie. The point of intersection was closing in on us. All right there, where the line from the downtrend intersects with the support resistance level. The point of intersection was actually tomorrow. Supposed to be tomorrow if it stayed in there like that. That did not happen. We broke down. This was the big alarm I gave you guys for Algorand at 22 cents. At the time of the video, it was actually at 23.4. So from the loss of the alarm to the bottom, we're looking at a 31% fall to right now a 23% fall. It has rebounded. If Algorand goes from its current price point back to its local 2024 high, we're looking at a 93% pump back to almost 33 cents. Not a bad time to DCA some Algo, but look at where Algo is. I don't know if how long some of you have been here, but if you have followed my journey with Algorand, you will know that back here, when Algorand was 9, 10, 11 cents at this bull cross, even back in December, I talked about this at length. If Algorand gets back above 16 cents, it's on like Donkey Kong because of this support resistance level way back here. Once Algorand got above 16 cents, it pumped up 57%. Then it came back down to 16 cents. And then from there, it pumped 107%. Back all the way to the local high, and now it's back at 17 cents, basically at that same level. So Algorand, although it might scare us, it might do like one of these, ultimately Algorand has to hold 16 cents. If it loses like daily close below 16 cents, it's not looking good. I am going to hope that just how it came down and tested it this time, back here, I'm going to hope that this is, another one of those situations for Algorand. Sorry, the chart's a little messy there, but it has gone up and came down to 16 before. Let's hope this time it's going to hold 16 again. That would be best case scenario. So big, giant alarm for Algorand there at 1606. For the upside, you can kind of, very similar to other coins, you kind of want to see, this support resistance level right here at 18, or even more short-term one right here at 18 cents exactly. So 18 and 18.6. Algorand gets above 18. You could probably long from here to here. A little 3% trade there, but see how far Algorand moved because of the volume. See this big gap in the volume right here? So really, if we could get Algorand in a situation where we could pop out of this like little area, we could get back into where it was, 23 cents, 24 cents, because, it fell this fast right here because there was a big gap in the volume. So we want to use that gap in the volume against itself when we go long later. All right, we're going to look at STX stacks. Another one that didn't do the worst from, we're going to go from, I gave you an alarm here at the trend line and support resistance. If we go from support resistance, let me fix this a little bit. Okay, if we go from support resistance from that alarm to bottom, about 28% fall, 21% now, has recovered. If we go from current price back to the local high, we're looking at a 65% pop for STX. Would love to see that. So basically, we want to consider that, where did this thing stop? Interestingly enough, of course, at a previous support resistance level right here, it wicked down to this level. Okay, right there. So we cannot lose X 204 on STX. That would be extremely, extremely terrifying for everyone holding those bags. We would like to see it, kind of hold this level and get back above, and that's exactly where the price action is right now. So keep a close eye on this one at the 235 level. Definitely a big parachute floor there at 206. Let's keep it rolling. HBAR, I could not have been more clear about how fast and how far HBAR can fall in the event it loses this level at the 10, 0.10049 level. I could not have been more clear about that one if I tried. Obviously, look at the big gap in the volume and look at where it landed, right at the point of control. We talked about this way before it happened. This was the alarm from top to bottom. We're talking 30% fall, 20% fall. Now it has recovered just a little bit from current price point back to its local high is about a 79, 80% pump back up for HBAR. Would love to see it where that was looking at the daily on the smaller time frame on the 2 hour. We do want to see HBAR hold these two levels here as it has kind of bounced off of both of these. The first one here is at 0.076 and the next one's at 0.725. All right, so in the 7-cent range, we want to see HBAR stay above these two levels. If we lose this level, we're just going to keep falling and it's going to keep getting more and more painful. So, prevent yourself from feeling that pain. This level here obviously would be a target to go, at 8.7, almost 9 cents. And get HBAR above this, we can get back up and use that 15% pump back to 10 cents, kind of use that volume against itself. Okay, so if we get here, we're going long to here because there's no volume here. This proved it right here. See how far I fell here? I talk about these low volume nodes. I don't say them just to talk about them, just to hear myself talk. I know what's going on here, and I know how fast these things fall, and I'm trying to the best I can to help as many traders as I can either nail perfect shorts or to prevent losing 30-20% dents in your bags. If you want to learn more about trading and my trading strategy, head over and join my Telegram group. If you want to sign up for the group, it is a private group. It is a paid group, but we have about 100 people in there right now. We've been nailing trades left and right. Send me an email at ajalphagroup@gmail.com. Not only with everything I just talked about in this video, I am posting 5 more trading setups over in the Telegram group right now. And one of those will even be free over at Phemex Pulse. All links for these things down below in the description. So there you go, everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hate being bearish. I do. It sucks. There's no good way to put it. But, I would rather be bearish and be right than be bullish and be wrong. And if I can say something that's going to save someone from losing 30% and I see it coming, like I'm going to speak up, even if people think I'm a perma bear or whatever. Like, I know people, get upset, they get emotional, they get attached to crypto, and really, you guys need to focus on disconnecting yourself from your psychological connection with money. I think the reason I trade so well is because I've done a very good job completely disconnecting myself from the money aspect, and it allows me to think logically. It allows me to sell a lot of my bags before those alarms went off. I kind of saw this one coming. So, and time in the market, time studying, time focusing, time, watching videos like this, watching other influencers, reading books, putting in the work. That's how you make the big money. And the best part about making money in crypto is learning how to keep it. That's another big issue people have. No one ever went broke taking profits. And I realized, you know what? I didn't sell the graph at 50 cents, but if I could prevent myself from losing 30% of what I have right now, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the money's made in the middle. You're never perfectly going to sell the top. You're never perfectly going to buy the bottom. But if you're in a situation where if a chart goes up 60%, if you can hit 40, 30 of it, great. If a chart's going to fall 50%, if you could prevent your bags from losing 30, 25%, amazing. The money's made in the middle. You're never going to perfectly time it, but you can use support resistance. You can use volume. You can use indicators like Market Cipher, link down below in the description. You can find confluence between all these things and kind of see it, an overview of the market in a way that makes complete sense. And I do want to drive this home before I close the video out. And what is really the most important takeaway from this video today is this with Bitcoin. Bitcoin absolutely has to hold this level. It has to at 61,476. So basically 61.5. This is the Bitcoin's new value area. And, just like I said, AJ from last week, look at this volume gap. I mean, we could be talking Bitcoin in the low 50s. We could be talking about Bitcoin in the high 40s if we lose this level, enter this volume gap, and drop. So have that alarm set. If you're going to set one alarm from this whole video, for the love of God, 61,500. Set that alarm. My name is AJ Writes Crypto. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to sign up for the Telegram group, the email is right down there. Have yourself a safe rest of your day. Don't get wrecked. Peace. Every alarm I just gave you, set that alarm and react to the market. Get rich. Don't get wrecked. Later.